What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Well, Monsieur de Richet. I wanted to be alone for 5 minutes.
You look worried.
Worried? No. Resolved would be a more exact term.
Resolved to do what?
What's the point in answering? You wouldn't believe me anyway. I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know. Admit, I may have judged you wrongly. Exhilarated by all this. But if you continue down that path, you'll end up selling your soul to him too. Well, I warned you. Good luck to you, monsieur.
Salut. Ah.
I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism. There's a little hole at the fingers. Pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs. It looks like this slab moves. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
Donc je pense, après, je pense pas trop me tromper.
Again?
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out!
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days. Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
En tout cas, ça perdait notre mère.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Bonjour à tous, ici Siegfried, et nous voici pour la suite du jeu The Council. On va enfin continuer l'aventure avec Louis Maurras de Richet, notre héros. On s'était arrêté donc, on devait commencer l'épisode 3 avec le fameux colloque. On y va. Alors, on s'est arrêté à l'épisode suivant, on est tombé dans une crypte.
The only thing I can tell you
Comme celle-là.
is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks? You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Voilà, donc on s'était arrêté dans cette crypte qui était au milieu du jardin du manoir. On avait trouvé un corps et on était interrompu justement par quelqu'un qui venait dans notre dos. On va savoir qui c'est. Qu'est-ce qu'on va prendre comme livre? Politique, linguistique, peut-être pas mal. Allez, non. Linguistique, politique, deux choses, allez hop. On va enfin donc savoir qui est cet homme qui arrive derrière nous.
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Je dirais que oui. Mais on va pas tirer des conclusions hâtives.
Mr. President, you really shouldn't get involved. Please be on your way. I'll take care of this. You didn't come this way and you didn't see anything.
You're right, it's for the best. If Sarah did that, I don't know what kind of hornet's nest she's kicked open. But I do wish you luck, my friend. Oh, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
C'est pas ma priorité, le colloque, pour être honnête. C'est retrouver ma mère et comment ça se passe. Mais on va faire comme si.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr. President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you. I'll stall them while you're on your way, but make haste. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
On va faire comme si ça... c'est important. On va fouiller le corps, comme d'hab. Il est un peu différent parce que lui, il a un masque noir.
He's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Mais si, les serviteurs qui ont un masque noir, on en a déjà vu dans le bureau de Mortimer. Les autres, ils ont blanc et ils sont noirs, donc c'est peut-être des serviteurs au service personnel, vraiment personnel de Lord Mortimer. D'abord fouiller. As-tu quelque chose?
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks.
Ouais. Quel est ce secret?
His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Et nous, on n'a pas le droit de savoir, nous.
Somebody smashed in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck. Mother,
Briser la nuque.
if this is your doing, the situation is getting worse and worse.
Ah, je vais nous bouger. Merde, échec. Route de milice, toujours ça pris.
Well, the gate is locked.
Donc on va y aller. Yeah.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, It couldn't have been easy with only one hand. I must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
En même temps, on connaissait pas le mot de passe et on a un peu failé.
Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm.
Cherchons des indices. Bah, cherchons. Cherchez des indices en présence de rechercher ou rejoignez le colloque. Ouais, mais là j'ai pas trop d'indices. Là je reviens où j'étais. Y a pas autre chose? Non? Un petit quelque chose, je sais pas. Ah! Non, pièce de collection, ça n'a rien à voir, mais c'est toujours ça de prix. Un peu fouiller, farfouiller. Farfouillons. On peut rejoindre le colloque. Mais est-ce qu'il y a autre chose qui m'aurait échappé? On va quand même bien fouiller. Donc on remonte. Je sais pas, j'ai pas... Elle est tombée d'en haut? Une fille serait tombée d'en haut? C'est possible en fait. Ah, je regarde en haut. Ça peut être intéressant. Je crois que j'ai tout fait. Hein. On va voir si, j'espère qu'en montant, ça va pas être faire cinématique où on est obligé de rejoindre le colloque. J'aimerais bien fouiller en haut. Attends. Faut que j'arrive à me situer. On est là. On descend comme ça, tac. Ça c'est dans le jardin, je pense. Il y a des feuilles, c'est forcément dans le jardin. Faut trouver où est-ce qu'il y a un trou dans le jardin. Ah merde, c'est marqué rejoindre le colloque. Merde. Oh, j'en ai marre, ce labyrinthe. Mais pas difficile. Comment ça fait chier, tu auras tapé des chemins, et des chemins. Il y a un trou. C'est pas celui de l'escalier, forcément. Là, ça va. Et là, ça va, il mène. Oui. Hop. Alors, on va voir de l'autre côté. Il n'y a pas un gros trou, un gros puits qui pourrait... Tant pis, là je sais pas du tout où il est. Et bah tant pis pour ma gueule. Y a rien sur la table. Quelque chose, non? Dans le livre, non, rien. Bon bah attends. Je crois que c'est par là, non? Ouais. Très belle salle en tout cas.
I have suspected it.
Sur la gueule lui. Revenu mortifère. Et ben avant, on va tout fouiller.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
J'ai la clé. Mais j'ai pas celle de droite.
Are you quite sure?
Je fais toutes les étapes s'il y a deux lampes. Le vrai. Non. Vite. 3 de malte. Je sais même pas à quoi servent les objets depuis le temps que j'ai pu utiliser. 3 cases. J'en ai une là. Moi je sais que j'ai une croix de malte ici. Si j'ai besoin d'utiliser, j'utiliserai.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Ok, ok.
I believe he did.
Pourquoi tu te
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for you. I suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him. I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Ouais, carrément. Il nous dit ça comme si c'était un être. Une de mes listes ici, parfait. Si j'ai besoin d'utiliser, j'utiliserai. Je n'en ai rien ici. Ça, c'est le cas aussi chez un malus. On va parler au-delà, puis après l'autre.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins. You should go and see him. Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Très belle carte du monde, hein.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Qu'est-ce que ce colloque?
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
Intéressant, intéressant. Est-ce que ça marche vraiment? C'est la question que je me pose. Apparemment oui, vu ce qu'on a vu dans le bureau de Lord Mortimer et dans sa cache secrète.
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Des années. D'accord, donc il faut que tous les invités votent oui pour que le projet marche, sinon c'est un seul nom, c'est foutu. Ça marche. Autre question. Existez-vous depuis longtemps? Est-ce que vous êtes un vampire, monsieur Mortimer?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Carrément. J'ai trop envie de... Allez-y, vous.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Ah, c'est pas la question que je voulais savoir, mais je veux savoir s'il était c'est un vampire ou un truc comme ça du genre. Ah, c'est pas marrant.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
D'accord, ça c'est plutôt cool. Et quel rapport avec moi?
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Je ne vois toujours pas rapport avec moi.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts. My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the East Coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
C'est tranquille, je pense.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana,
should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Laissez-moi tranquille. C'est au cœur du monde de Mortimer.
On the maps of Italy I saw in Mortimer's secret study, he had anticipated movements of troops across Italy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's planning an invasion of Italy by France, and if I push the notion a bit further, I can well imagine that Bonaparte's cannons, financed by the Order, will be used for that purpose. The noose is tightening around poor Piaggi's neck without him even realizing it.
I don't know if I'm the best person to speak about that, Your Eminence.
Est-ce que c'est utile de dire ça, du coup? De dire que l'Italie va se faire envahir. Je pense s'il l'a prévu et que Napoléon est dans la confidence, est-ce que ça beaucoup de gens parlent? Étiquette. Non. Il est où mon... Voilà. On regarde un truc, journal, tac, étiquette. Oh, c'est pas, putain, j'ai rien sur lui. Allez, on sait pas. Ouais, je t'en...
Well, I think that the French army will enter Italy, and that the Vatican will do whatever France demands of it, if the Vatican wants to retain its place.
You are joking, I hope. Lord Mortimer, I did not come here to listen to such nonsense.
What makes you think that, Monsieur de Richet?
Well, Monsieur Bonaparte, here present, has ordered a large number of cannons, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were to be used to keep Italy under control.
Come, sir, what a strange idea. I have enough on my plate with issues in Corsica.
If you say so.
You see, you're...
But Corsica is not where the cannons are to be delivered, is it?
Aye, but... Louis, you are quick-witted. I like you.
You seem to be overlooking something, Messieurs les Français. I also have backers who would be only too pleased to demonstrate the full extent of their fervor by defending the Vatican. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Qu'est-ce qu'il a dit?
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Putain, de l'allemand, mais c'est incroyable.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Ça fait du 4 contre 4, à 5. Je crois que lui, il n'a pas le droit de voter. Et Mortimer non plus. Donc ça fait du 4 contre 3. Ouais. Il faut que je donne le change.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
J'ai oublié qu'il y a... Mince. Comment il s'appelle le gars, enfin le gabou, putain, je sais plus son nom.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those wetlands. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Voilà, le gros c'est Pérou, donc on est avec Napoléon, on est 1, 2, 3, 4, c'est du 4v4. Ça serait logique.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So that Lord Mortimer would appear to be isolated without support.
Exactly. You got it, Louis.
Lord Mortimer retains the advantage by advancing undercover, and for it to work, he needed you to act surprised.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
1 step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Signor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Ouais, tu me caches quelque chose, dis-moi tout.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honourable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Senor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Ce gars est un génie du mal. Des feuilles. Est-ce que c'est les mêmes feuilles? Ouais, c'est les mêmes feuilles que j'ai vues la dernière fois. Et si on regardait derrière ce tableau, il n'y a pas un passage secret? Donc il ouvre le passage secret devant tout le monde.
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy may be discovered before we... Oh. Please excuse us, Louis, but I need to speak with Lord Mortimer in private.
No. What do you want, Louis?
I'm going to have a word with Duke Manuel, but you know him better than I do, I believe.
Yes. Avoid any marks of respect and protocol pertaining to his rank. He's not fond of courtly manners.
Thank you for the advice, my lord.
Donc pas l'étiquette, ça sert à rien.
When are we supposed to vote?
The conference resumes tomorrow morning. That leaves little time for the little favor I spoke to you about.
Indeed. I'll go straight away. I shall be leaving you.
D'accord, donc j'ai jusqu'au soir. Mais non, quoi. Ah, quelque chose.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Où est sa chambre? Et où sa chambre? Chambre d'Adam. Chambre de Washington. Ok, bah... On va faire des tours comme d'hab, attends. C'est de l'autre côté, je crois. C'est de l'autre côté.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
On va voir ce qui se passe. Il est là.
Leave me, de Richet. I don't feel like talking.
Your door was ajar, and well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
Et si j'ai dans la chambre d'Emily? Oui, Emily. Ah oh non, je sais pas. La vie est injuste. Je suis où là? Je sais même pas dans quelle chambre je suis là. Je suis dans quelle chambre là?
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
Je sais pas du tout où je suis là. Bon. On va prendre notre...
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
Il est allergique à quoi lui? Allergique. Diversion. Diversion, c'est là.
Excuse me, but I must fetch a letter for the Duke.
Very well, sir. You may pass.
Il me sentait comme ça. Ok. C'est un peu stupide de ta part, mais...
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
En fait, c'est la chambre que j'ai pas fouillée. Ah, j'ai plein d'objets pour me buffer, mais pas pour récupérer des points d'action. Ça va être critique, ça. C'est un vrai problème. Ah, non, c'est pas mal.
Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
Noblesse de l'épée. Et j'ai toujours pas de...
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Ouais, j'ai besoin d'ambre.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Attends, j'ai plein d'autres milices. Donc...
It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy, you seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Allez, il y a plein d'autres milices partout. Ah merde.
So, let's see what it says.
Attends, Pépita, je suis contrit d'être si loin de toi à nouveau. Même pour le bien de mon pays. Je souffre. L'heure de partir sur cette dispute inutile. Car tu es la seule que j'aime, Josepha. À jamais. Je te l'ai dit. Tout ce que j'ai, tout ce que je pourrais t'offrir, je ne dois qu'à l'affection de la reine. Soyons unis, je t'en prie, même dans le sacrifice, pour nous, nos enfants à venir. Cesse d'être jalouse, toi seul occupe mes pensées. Le reste n'est que du théâtre, je te le jure.
It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly. I'll keep it with me. You never know.
Oh, le chantage! C'est sale. Voici les infos obtenues par le renseignement. Je confirme que Monsieur Hay travaille effectivement sur un accord avec la Grande-Bretagne. Le but semble d'affaiblir l'économie française, mais en sous-main également espagnole par la saisie de marchandises en mer. Le comptoir souffre déjà de l'embargo sur les denrées françaises. Un tel traité signerait la ruine de nos colonies. Je ne veux pas que ça rappelle ouais. Dans la mer, mon ami.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
Oh, enfin, la gelée royale.
The Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal?
Je récupère tous les autres milices. Voilà.
Don Quixote.
Non, c'est pas ça.
Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Voilà. Quand tu sais que tu as plein d'objets à côté de toi, tu sais que tu peux les utiliser. Allons dehors. Quelque chose. Il n'y a rien à voir.
Volner's probably still behind the door. I best go out through the balcony just in case.
Ah merde, faut que je sois de l'autre côté. Mais... Oui, mais je sais que ça, mais... D'autres fenêtres, si. Ah si, là, mais en fait, je suis un abruti, en fait. C'est moi qui suis un abruti, excusez-moi. Je suis un abruti, voilà. Je passe par là. Je récupère un truc dont je n'ai pas besoin, c'est génial. Je repasse par ma chambre. C'est encore plus génial. Voilà, de la gelée royale, c'est parfait, ça y est, on en fait plein. Ça, c'est cool. C'est assez limité, on verra c'est peut-être ça plus tard. Allez, go. Maintenant, il faut que je le trouve, monsieur Godoy. Ah. J'ai vu un truc. Oui. Voilà, pièce de collection. Je sais pas que mes jets, mais on peut récupérer. Mais... Oh, toi, c'est peut-être où il est. Ah, serviteur, as-tu vu?
What can I do for you, sir?
As-tu vu un
I
espagnol
am
en
at your
colère?
service day and night, sir.
Have you seen Duke Manuel?
The Duke is in the dining room, sir.
Bah merci. Ça a mangé, c'est là.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
Après, c'est que je sais qu'il aime pas l'étiquette. Attends. Tout ce que je sais, il aime pas... Donc on va pas le faire.
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed, I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
Parce que là, de soutien Mortimer. On va tenter ça.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Si ce qu'on dit est vrai, la Louisiane c'est que des marais. Et donc, je vois pas qu'est-ce que ça... À quoi servirait des marais à l'Espagne, à part gérer des ressources pour un territoire qui apportera du tout.
First of all, the question is to know what Louisiana can be used for. We agree that today, all it brings you is death. Every day, a few more Spaniards die far from their birthplace.
I cannot deny that Louisiana is a veritable quagmire. You have a point there. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
Si je me souviens bien, il s'est embrouillé avec, dans une vision, il s'est embrouillé avec Holmes parce qu'il voulait se libérer de lui.
You unshackle yourself from Sir Gregory, who, let's face it, takes up a lot of space.
What are you talking about?
My friend, I'm guessing that you wouldn't mind getting a little freedom from the overbearing control he exerts?
I would never have gotten where I am today without him. He is an influential man who is true to his word and who has always given me his full attention.
But he obliges you to...
That's enough. I will not allow you to stab him in the back. Sir Gregory is a respectable gentleman, and your petty manipulations have no effect on me. If that is your only argument, then you are on the wrong track.
Ouais, plutôt de ce qui ne perdrait pas.
If you continue with home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely, even.
A war, Duke Manuel. On our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would bring.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow. Well, that's one thing out of the way.
Bim!
The only thing left to do is wait for the conference to
Voilà.
resume tomorrow morning.
Je retourne les gens, moi. Je retourne leur cerveau. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Ouais. On va nous coucher. Je sais pas combien de temps ça j'enregistre d'ailleurs. De toute façon, ça va pas tarder de la fin de... Et lui qui est toujours en train de taper à la porte, alors que l'autre est en bas. Si te réponds pas, c'est soit il est pas là, soit il a pas envie de te répondre. Donc ça sert à rien d'assister mon gars. Allez hop.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
Mais pas du tout!
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
Do you perhaps know something that I don't? Come on, Emily. It's time you lay your cards on the table.
Sur Mortimer, sur la Louisiane.
If you have a good reason for Spain to keep Louisiana, I'm all ears.
Louis, I can assure you on good authority that the Crown will never let France take over Louisiana without taking firm action. Your country has everything to lose, especially now, it being weakened as it is on the home front.
In other words, you believe the aim is to weaken France?
Just an observation, Louis. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Non, mais je vais croire que oui. Ah, j'ai trop envie de le faire. Difficulté 3. Allez, j'ai encore... Oh, attends. On va prendre une de mes listes. Parce que j'en ai vu plein. Et...
Of course, Emily. You know you have my full trust.
Louis, you're lying. That's not good. Any more of that and I might get upset.
Bon.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
Ça n'a pas marché. Bon, c'est pas grave. Ah, un point d'ex.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Il parlait d'Emma. Est-ce qu'il fait référence au rêve où ma mère tue Emma? Est-ce que je lui en parle ou... Je sais pas si je dois lui en parler.
Still nothing, no.
Very well. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Ben dis donc.
Come, Louis.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him.
He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here?
She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her.
What are we going to do about Washington?
He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king.
Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim.
He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
D'accord, cette fois, il a passé du nez et c'est tout de suite évanoui.
Emily? Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
Ah, j'ai pas le temps d'explorer. Ah, je suis dans le dur là par contre.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luc Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and it...
Godoy?
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques,
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Il est pas la psychologie.
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things!
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Là, je sais pas, là, j'ai une seule chance. C'est chaud. Vulnérabilité. Je sais pas. Et
I'm sure we can work things out.
But you don't know him.
Let's stay united, Jack. He's nothing without us.
Really?
Trust me.
Vulnérabilité, il est pas l'étiquette.
This is not who you are. You're better than that.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I know you're no coward. So give me your weapon, please.
But
There's nothing to fear. I'm right here.
I don't want him to talk to me.
Don't worry. You're safe now, Jack.
Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Ah, enfin, fin d'épisode. Alors... Oula, j'ai oublié plein de choses, hein. J'aurais pu découvrir un secret de Napoléon, un secret de Grégory... Un secret... Putain, j'aurais pu découvrir plein de secrets, j'ai tout loupé. Au moins, ça s'est fait. Au moins, j'ai rien raté, mais... Bon, tant pis. Bon, voilà. Fin du colloque. On va s'arrêter là, parce que ça fait comme je crois quasiment 1 heure. Donc j'espère que cette vidéo vous aura plu. Et bah, on va se dire à la prochaine pour la suite de nos aventures. J'ai hâte de savoir ce qui va se passer maintenant. De se dire qu'est-ce qui va devenir de Jacques Pérou, du colloque, est-ce qu'on va réussir à convaincre tout le monde ou pas? Où est-ce que cela va nous mener? On découvrira ça donc la prochaine fois. Donc Donc voilà, on fera ça plus tard. Donc comme je vous dis, merci d'avoir regardé la vidéo. Et je vous dis à la prochaine pour la suite du jeu The Council avec notre héros Louis Maurice de Richet. Allez, salut, à la prochaine, bisous.